The alien vampire queen closed her eyes to die, but when she woke up, she saw a human. Genre: sci-fi fantasy / human alien bond / redemption. Tags: alien queen, vampire, human savior, blood bond, sci-fi romance, unlikely alliance, interspecies connection, redemption arc, dying royalty, alien planet. The alien vampire queen closed her eyes to die, but when she woke up, she saw a human. The last thing Queen Velazra remembered was the icy darkness of the sunless chamber, her blood running dry, her court slaughtered, and the sacred lunar crown stolen by traitors. Her empire had crumbled in a single night of silver fire and betrayal. She had curled her tall, slender frame around the throne, sharp wings torn, skin pale as frost. She had closed her amethyst eyes, ready to embrace death, alone. But she did not die. When she awoke, light filtered through wooden slats. The scent of smoke, metal, and something alien, earthy warm, hit her senses. Pain bloomed behind her temples. Her tongue, cracked and dry, brushed against fangs that ached with starvation. She tried to rise, but soft restraints bound her wrists. Then she saw him, a human. He sat across the dim cabin, staring at her with wide, uncertain eyes. A scar curved across his jaw. His clothing was patched together with alien fabrics and local leather. A plasma rifle leaned against the wall. His hands were rough, but his gaze was not afraid. Velazra hissed, "You dare chain me?" The human stood, cautious but not cowering. "You were dying. I didn't know if you'd attack." "Where am I?" Her voice cracked like brittle glass. "My outpost, edge of the red wastes. You're not exactly close to your palace anymore." He stepped forward and untied one of the restraints. "I'm not your enemy. My name's Corin." She didn't answer, but she didn't strike either. "I found you half buried in sand and snow," he said. "You were nearly drained to nothing. Took me 2 days to stabilize you." "You should have let me perish," she murmured, staring at the flickering heater. "Your kind would have cheered." Corin shrugged. "Maybe, but I don't really follow the others. I've seen what the rebels did, what they left behind." He tossed a vial toward her, dark liquid sloshing inside. Synth blood, closest I could get. Velazra snatched it and drank greedily, then paused. "You fed me?" Corin hesitated. "Once. Small amount. You were fading." She blinked. A blood bond. Her heart, a powerful twin engine forged from ancient genetics and magic, stirred. "You are either the bravest fool or the last good man alive," she whispered, licking a red smear from her lip. He sat again, arms folded. "Maybe both." The days that followed were fragile. Velazra's power returned slowly. Her broken wings began to mend, and her eyes regained their violet glow. But her empire was gone, her people scattered, and her enemies wore her crown. Corin didn't ask for anything. He cooked strange food, repaired her clothes with clumsy stitches. Once, she caught him humming an old Earth song while patching a solar panel. "Why save me?" she asked one night, curled near the heater, still too weak to hunt. Corin didn't look at her. "My brother was a soldier in the invasion. Said your kind were monsters. Said you drank planets dry." "We did." "He also said you spared him. One night, in a crater after a battle, a silver-eyed queen walked past him. Could have killed him. Didn't." Velazra narrowed her eyes. "I remember. He trembled so hard, he dropped his gun." Corin smiled faintly. "He told that story until the end. Said he owed his life to a monster. I guess I owed you. But kindness has a cost." One morning, black smoke curled on the horizon. Velazra snapped upright. "They found us." Corin grabbed his rifle. "How?" The bond, she said softly, touching her chest. I drank your blood. If the traitor priest wears a crown, he'll sense me through you. He cursed. Then let's run. She touched his arm. No, you saved me. I will save you. I must face him. Corin looked at her, something unreadable in his eyes. Then I'm coming with you. You'll die. I'd rather die next to you than live wondering if I should have fought. They traveled by night, shadows under shattered moons. The terrain was brutal, scarred by ancient wars and fresh betrayals. Velazar fed only on scent, refusing to drink from Corin again. The bond pulsed between them, faint but present. At the gates of the ruined capital, they faced horrors. Winged beasts wearing her soldier skin, and drones built from her empire's stolen tech. In the palace, the throne pulsed with corrupt light. He stood there, the traitor priest, Azrin, cloaked in shadow and crowned in stolen lunar gold. You, he sneered. The corpse queen walks. How quaint. Velazar stepped forward, ignoring the pain in her chest. You betrayed us. I saved us. From weakness. From blood ties to dying worlds. You were too soft. Even sparing humans, pathetic. Corin raised his rifle. Say that again. Azrin's eyes flicked toward him. Ah, the pet. He fired a bolt of plasma. Corin dodged, but not fast enough. The searing light grazed aside. Velazar's scream was inhuman. She flew, not walked, across the throne room, her wings casting jagged shadows. Her talons tore through Azrin's shield. He countered with a blade made of void stone, slicing her side. Blood, silver and red, splattered the stone. Corin, half conscious, raised his head. Velazar, her name on his lips, gave her strength. Velazar plunged her fangs into Azrin's neck, not to feed, but to curse, to unmake. With ancient rites forgotten by most of her kind, she turned his blood into ash. The crown shattered. The palace trembled. When she collapsed beside Corin, she whispered, I have no empire, no throne. He gritted his teeth and held her hand. Then let's make something better. 1 year later, the capital was still half ruins, but wildflowers bloomed in the cracks. Refugees, alien and human, built homes beside broken towers. Velazar no longer ruled with fear. She walked among her people, wings folded, scars showing, and at her side walked Corin. They were bonded by blood, by survival, by choice. Velazar once closed her eyes to die, but when she opened them, she saw the man who would become her future.